Hello everyone, this is Koishi the Rock, and this video was kind of postponed due to the idea of Halloween just kind of being around the corner and just kind of cramming things, which it didn't turn out too great, and getting 2 events, which one event is still going on, and I just kind of got tired of doing stuff. So without further ado, we get this ball rolling. This video will be about the idea for this channel and just talking a little bit about myself. Now, my real name is Corey Chase Clark, and I have lived in Panama City for a couple of years now, helping out with my grandparents, just being at their beck and call for anything they need. So, meantime, I play a lot of video games. That's something that I have been into since a very young age, and to this day I still love all kinds of games, especially Mario, Toho Project, just a lot of big variety of games. And I'm not really into Call of Duty, and I especially cannot stand racing games. And you know, it's like I had a stepmother growing up as a kid who I really have a hard time thinking about without also thinking about how unmemorable of a childhood I had, because this person was such a mean person throughout my life. I mean, yeah, I had Asperger's, and maybe I probably didn't quite think the way that most people probably would have thought about it, probably being a disciplinary parent, but at the same time, there are times where she'd yell so much to the point that I'd feel very uncomfortable with my own existence. Being told that I'd never be able to drive. In fact, I wasn't even actually, she didn't even bother even teaching me how to operate a washing machine for clothes for the longest time. Actually, she never did. I had to learn that through vocational rehab years later. So I basically ended up going to psychology classes to learn more about myself and why people had this disgust for Asperger's syndrome or autism. And you know, it's like so throughout my high school life, I feel I don't really remember much, either because I'm not really using it and thus losing it, but also the fact that I was too concentrated on trying to figure out myself that my mind didn't really put much thought into actually remembering school. So here comes vocational rehab, like after I graduated from high school, and you know, I actually learned how to drive a car, and I actually passed their test quite well, but you know, just a lot of financial stuff and other things, just like I really never found the time to actually practice with the permit and go out driving. So I'm still kind of a hermit, living with grandparents, just helping them out as much as I can. Said it before, I guess. And so yeah, that aside, back to the rehab. It was there that to pass some of my time, I was watching some Umineko no Naku Koro ni videos on the internet, because I was going through a phase where I just wanted to see creepy anime. It was, I mean, I started off with Higurashi, I finished that, and I decided I'd move on to the next thing, Umineko no Naku Koro ni, and I watched pretty much one of the best parts of the series, for some reason for me, was just the ending theme with Jimang singing La Divina Tragedia, which who could possibly turn down that Yami wo kirisaku orishaya. I mean, that I hardly ever hear anything like that in openings or endings in anime, and it was... I liked it. And I was also a bit of a music junkie at the time too. I'd have like over hundreds of different anime soundtracks, but you know, it's like I lost all those, realizing that I didn't really quite get them in the most legal of processes. So yeah. Anyways, I was looking for more music by Jamang and found this one particular song in Japanese, and it's like he was also featured in it, singing, and I also liked it. But then I realized that this particular video had a very familiar tone that I heard in some music some time ago, but I couldn't quite place the tongue. And then it was like you know that You and Owen was her tune, and it's like at the time I didn't realize it was You and Owen was her, and actually even before the video that I was recalling, I didn't know it was You and Owen was her. It was Yami Merrick Gone Crazy video, and for some reason I used to watch that a whole lot over and over because I thought it was kind of funny, and with Yami Merrick just kind of mashing up that. Oh, and yeah, just kind of pointing out that little tight squeeze in the video. I thought that was probably one of my most favorite things in this run. But back to the music. So I ended up doing more research and come across You and Owen was her. You know, it's like I'm still in this creepy phase of liking creepy stuff, and you know, Flander just really hit the nail on that for me. Which that's probably the story for a lot of beginning Toho fans, except a lot of beginning Toho fans came into the series via McRoll. But I still came in via You and Owen was her. Then also this this group, I forgot the name of it. Was it Weist or I don't know, but there was a song called Are You Nuts? And it was like English, Rumia was the character, and you know, that was my first introduction to Rumia, the first stage boss of Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. So that's getting into Toho quite fast, but it's like what really got me into the series and has got me staying for so long is my discovering of Koishi Komeiji and her story in the series. A character and her sister who were both hated by the world above. You know, there are also other yokai like Yamame as the Earth Spider, Yugi's just kind of underground. You know, there are plenty of other yokai, but Satori being most notable. The Satori characters being most notable for being the most hated for their own eyes that are able to read minds. It's like, of course I've never been able to read minds, but for some reason there's something so relatable to me. The idea that living with Asperger's or autism, you know, it's like I'm high functioning, and I actually have opinions of people and what I think of the world, and consciously understand of what the world thinks about me. And the idea that I had such a consciousness and at the same time this still flawed mentality, that it kind of puts me at a bit of fissure. I'm not really sure what to call it right now, but Koishi has become the one character that I have been able to relate to more than anything I've come across in literature so far. And Koishi actually reminded me why I joined psychology classes in high school. So, another note to point out about this channel is that it used to be called Show Amaterasu, which at the time of making that name, I was actually still getting further into Toho Project and learning the characters, and I found Show from Undefined Fantastic Object to be a really cool character. I mean, I like tigers too, and basically, I really like the whole Radiance theme and just how bright her figure just kind of was. So, I kind of mixed it with Amaterasu because I knew that was the goddess of the sun in Shinto mythology, and also kind of getting into Okami, which I really didn't get as involved in that as I thought I would. So, yeah, pretty much like two bright figures being put together in one name. I thought that was awesome at the time. But I guess kind of dropped that because started using Koishi Rock as a name. And then I kind of came to the realization that I could just go with Koishi the Rock and make a bit of a Sonic the Hedgehog joke with it. Because, I mean, how cool would that be? There's Sonic the Hedgehog, there's Knuckles the Echidna, and then Koishi the Rock. Ah, boy. So, I don't know much about Koishi Komedi. I mean, it's like, who does, really? The most we get about her is that she did not like her eye power distancing her from other people, and she closed that eye not even knowing that she would lose her own consciousness, which was really sad for me, which really begged the question, who was Koishi like before she closed her third eye? I mean, thanks to Symposium of Post-Mysticism, we know that Satori likes reading books on psychology and whatnot, but we only get more information about Koishi's unique state of mind and what's probably a good idea, not a good idea. But my headcanon for Koishi is that before she closed her eyes, she was a junkie for the arts. She liked paintings, masks, which is probably why Kokoro's mask was kind of interesting to pick up subconsciously. But I guess I don't have much time to talk here. I'll probably continue to do more Let's Play stuff. May just hold off Undertale until Markiplier's done with his playthrough. So that'll give me more focus on Distorted Travesty 3. And guess that's it. I'll see you guys later, and had a nice time talking. See you later. Bye-bye.